Good afternoon and welcome to Lariat TV News Today. I'm Brenshavia Jordan.
And I'm Igor Stepchinsky. Thanks for joining us today. The long-awaited homecoming weekend is finally here. Not only is Baylor the first school to establish a collegiate homecoming, Baylor is celebrating its 110th anniversary of festivities this year with a weekend packed full of events and celebration. And I have the rundown of how you can have a successful homecoming weekend. It's homecoming time in Baylor Nation, and let it be known, Baylor did it first in 1909.
What an amazing opportunity we're given as students to welcome home the Baylor family. We've already really had three main events so far with Chapel, Dr. Pepper Hour, and now dinner with the Livingstones. It's just what an amazing week to be a part of it.
Next on the homecoming agenda, the Baylor Bonfire and Extravaganza at 6 p.m. tonight.
It's just something you don't really see every day, but the true spirit of Baylor, and we really think that's replicated throughout the bonfire. The freshmen will build it Thursday night, which is going to be really cool. It's going to be the same height that we usually do.
The iconic Baylor Homecoming Parade is celebrating its 110th anniversary this year. The Homecoming Parade starts in downtown Waco on Austin Avenue and ends on 5th Street on campus. The parade starts at 8 a.m.
The alumni are always seen as trying to kind of take care of the current students, but this is our chance to really welcome them back home.
To end things off, it's time to pass the pigskin at the Baylor Homecoming football game against Texas Tech at 3 p.m. at McLean Stadium. For those who can't attend the homecoming festivities, the parade will be broadcasted live on KCENTV.com, with the homecoming game being broadcasted to Fox Sports. For Lariat TV News, I'm Igor Stepchinsky. Homecoming is a time for football, community, and honoring Baylor's history, but it is also a great time to enjoy singing, dancing, and some good old-fashioned musical theater. Pigskin Review features the top 8 acts from Sing that were judged on criteria such as creativity, entertainment, value, and technicality. Chi Omega placed second at Sing 2019, and Sing Chair Ireland Buckley tells us how her chapter prepared to perform again in Waco Hall.
From last year, we obviously lost some seniors, so we added a lot of people from our sophomore class. But because we had seniors that graduated, we had to basically go through all of the costumes again to fit all of the new members. We practiced Monday through Thursday for 2 hours each night. Mainly, our time was spent on just meshing the old and new people together and getting back to the same sharpness we had during Sing.
Traditions are at the heart of everything Baylor does. Over 80 years ago, Baylor lost 10 student athletes in a tragic bus train accident in Round Rock. Decades later, the Baylor family still honors these individuals with a mass meeting where freshmen and alumni come together in unity. 10 Baylor students are chosen each year to represent members of the Immortal 10. A statue memorial located between Pat Neff and the Bill Daniels Student Center in the Tradition Square allows the legacy of the Immortal 10 to live on. Sharing their story during homecoming weekend allows us to remember and honor Baylor's past, but also gives us a chance to look toward the future. When any unexpected dangerous situation occurs, the university has a variety of measures it uses to ensure safety on the Baylor campus. LTVN's Kennedy Dendy spoke with officials from the school's Department of Public Safety to find out how they felt the community responded to last week's shooting near campus.
The shooting that took place last Thursday at the Eastgate apartment complex, leaving one injured, has not left the minds of the Baylor and Waco community. While Baylor alerts were issued, many are curious about the procedure that Baylor takes in these situations.
Our police department received information from a local law enforcement agency that there was a shooting very near campus. And with that information, because we are mandated by the Lariat, and so we have our own internal process and procedures, that based upon that information at that time, again, I talked about being fluid, dynamic, the information that was received required us to make that decision to go ahead and shelter in place and push the messaging.
While no one situation is the same, safety is of the utmost importance for the university as well as for the community.
Baylor has a great emergency communication system. And when I say system, it is not just one component, but it's comprised of several different systems. The one that I think people are most familiar with is Baylor Alert text and email messages.
After last month's release of the Avoid, Deny, Defend video, officials of Baylor's Department of Public Safety are pleased with the actions taken by the campus last Thursday.
First of all, I'd like to thank the community for responding, right? I always say it's about, we can't stop these events, right? It's how you respond that really defines you as a professional. And in last week's incident, the response from the community was unbelievable. Everybody did what they were supposed to do, and that was very important.
Reporting for Lariat TV News, I'm Kennedy Dendy.
October is National Cybersecurity Awareness Month, and Baylor Information Technology Service encourages the community to remain alert against cybercrime. Look for hero-themed cybersecurity tips around campus and on social media throughout October that serves as a reminder to the community to stay bear aware. Baylor ITS is taking steps to strengthen the security of Baylor's information system, beginning with increasing the character requirements for Bear ID passwords to 10 characters. You may also notice a new report message button in the upper right corner of Microsoft Outlook for Windows and Office 365. In the drop-down menu titled Junk, you have block and phishing options.
Last week, we shared some alarming news about mysterious lung injuries and deaths relating to vaping. It's only been a week, but the death toll and injuries continue to grow at a rapid pace. I found out where Baylor students can go to ensure they will not become part of this statistic. The Center for Disease Control has updated their statistics regarding vape-related illnesses, and it's more shocking than before. Lung injury cases have increased from 805 to 1,080, with the death toll increasing from 12 to 18 in just 1 week. The state of Montana has joined Michigan in banning all flavored electronic cigarette devices, with 5 more states following similar action. With injuries and deaths being reported day by day, many students are lost in trying to find help. Little do they know, help may be just around the corner. On the bottom floor of Teal Residential College is the Beecham Addiction Recovery Center, more commonly known as the BARC. They are popular for providing therapy dog sessions to students, but this center has more services to bark about.
I mean, people use substances because they meet a need. We have this fall have had a major influx of students who have been using vape pens, particularly if they've been using them for both nicotine and THC. We wanted to provide the support for that here, so our SMART meetings are actually really great for students. So because it really works on building motivation and finding healthy lifestyle choices to fill that time.
These SMART meetings, or self-management and recovery tools, are weekly every Monday and Thursday at 6 p.m. at the BARC.
No matter where a student is on their journey to living like a healthy and full life, the Baylor Wellness Department, the BARC, the Counseling Center, we all have places for those students to be and places to support those students.
In good celebration of the Baylor homecoming football game, the BARC will be hosting a sober-friendly tailgate this Saturday at noon. Come get free food from Fuego's Tacos and free drinks. From Baylor Lariat TV News, I'm Igor Stepczynski. This week, a significant upgrade was made to Baylor's Institute for Air Science, and we will tell you what this renovation entails.
We also have a unique feature from a family business at the Heart of Texas Fair and Rodeo. All this and more after the break.
The best and brightest are drawn to Baylor, where those from many backgrounds with many talents shine together before casting their light outward to illuminate the world. Through transformational learning opportunities that are grounded in Christian faith and service, and research that impacts lives and communities. Baylor University, a place where lights shine bright.
First, it was football coach Matt Rule, then athletic director Mac Rhodes. Now University President Linda Livingstone is the latest to get an extension to her contract at Baylor. Livingstone made history in 2017 as the first female president at Baylor, and her legacy will continue after she was given a 5-year extension. It's safe to say the investment she has made in the students, faculty, and staff of this campus will continue. Working on the Illuminate and Give Life campaign, Baylor has a bright future ahead. Another focus Livingstone has is the initiative to become a Research One Tier 1 university. With the long-term contract, it shows the positive momentum the future holds for the university.
I really appreciate the Board of Regents expressing the level of confidence in me that they did, and I think we're accomplishing a lot right now at Baylor. It's a wonderful and exciting time to be here, so I'm thrilled to be able to extend that contract and really make the commitment to be here for the long run to finish the work that we're doing.
On Tuesday, President Livingston and the First Gen opened their front lawn of the Alberton House to the Baylor family in celebration of Homecoming Week kicking off. This family dinner with the Livingstons provided the campus with free food from Waco's most popular food trucks. The annual event allows students and faculty to sit back and relax while bonding with their fellow Baylor community.
We certainly wanted to build community among our students. We want them to know that they're loved and cared for on our campus, and that this is a place that's really family, and we're going to come together and have a family dinner together on our lawn, and we want them to know that the First Family views them as family with us, and that's an important part of what we do here at Baylor.
It shows how much they want to engage with the students and that they care by having the doors open for us and giving everyone free food, and it just brings us together as a university, and it's really great.
Over 90 Baylor faculty members were recognized on Monday for excelling as researchers in their areas of study. But one researcher was chosen as the Newsmaker of the Year for her dedication to highlighting important issues facing minority groups. LTVN's Kennedy Dindy spoke with this year's winner about the honor she received.
It was a packed house as members of the Baylor community came together for the second annual Newsmakers Luncheon. Created as a way to honor faculty who excel in the sharing of their research with the media, there was one individual whose research focuses in on various issues involving people of color, women, and political candidates. And she was recognized as the Newsmaker of the Year.
It feels amazing. I was very excited and very humbled to find out that I was the 2019 Newsmaker. I love the research that I do, so I don't do it with the intention of winning an award, but to win an award is like having icing on the cake.
With 19 years of Baylor teaching under her belt and serving as the department chair of the Journalism, Public Relations, and New Media Department, her research all began when she was a reporter at the Waco Tribune-Herald and has continued into her career now.
It's actually research that people can use in their everyday lives. The topics that I write about are very timely, and they're actually based on different topics that are in the media cycle at different points in time and what's going on right now.
President Livingstone shared her appreciation for Moody Ramirez's dedication to such an important topic in the world today.
Well, we're so proud of Dr. Moody Ramirez and the wonderful work that she does, and certainly the leadership she provides on our campus. You know, the work she does is speaking into really important issues around race and gender and how we address those issues in appropriate ways. So I think it speaks to who we are at Baylor and the way we think about how we care for people and how we engage with folks on really difficult issues, and she models that and represents us so well.
For Lariat TV News, I'm Kennedy Dindy.
Baylor took its aviation science program to new heights Monday evening as it hosted the grand opening of the Baylor University Flight Center at the Waco Regional Airport. The new facility is a partnership with one of the world's largest training companies, Universal Flight Concepts. Baylor's aviation science program is home to around 80 students, and it offers an aviation sciences degree with a professional pilot concentration or an aircraft dispatch concentration paired with an aviation administration major.
If you're wanting a classic fair corn dog and don't want to drive all the way to Dallas for the state fair, look no further. The Heart of Texas Fair and Rodeo is just a short 15-minute drive from Baylor's campus. LTVN's Sarah Gill found out how one Texas name has made their family corn dog business stand out.
Some people major in science, some major in business. Sean McKinney decided he wanted a career making corn dogs.
I grew up in the business ever since I was born, actually, and basically went to college and decided corn dogs is what I wanted to do, so here I am today.
The McKinneys have been bringing their special corn dogs to the Heart of Texas Fair for over 30 years. These corn dogs have a unique recipe that has been perfected over 3 generations.
Seeing the people and the kids and the smile on their face, and hopefully they enjoying our corn dogs. They're a special deal. They're all handmade. We have our own recipe for our mix and our own Frank recipe as well.
The McKinney Food Service is a huge family operation involving brothers, cousins, and nephews.
There's about 8 of us that's involved in it right now, and there's more on the way because they're all, we got 2 or 3 in college right now, and some about to graduate high school.
McKinney encourages everyone, especially Baylor students, to come out to one of his favorite fairs.
We see quite a few students from Baylor here. I mean, we'd like to see more as always. This is a great fair. We do a lot of fairs all over the United States, and this is one of our favorite fairs here in Texas. So everybody needs to come out and enjoy the rodeo. We've got a big carnival here at this event, and get a corn dog. They're one of a kind.
For Lariat TV News, I'm Sarah Gill.
Coming up, we will tell you what to look out for as the football team heads into homecoming undefeated.
Sports with Drake is right after this break. Stay tuned.
At Baylor, our lights shine
while we push our limits
and guide the way.
At Baylor, our lights shine as we're making connections
and making an impression
as leaders
and as part of something bigger.
Baylor's light shines around the world, but it starts in each of us. Baylor, where lights shine bright.
Baylor football slipped into the top 25 this week just in time for homecoming on the Brazos. The 23rd ranked Bears have won 8 of their last 9 homecoming matchups, but that success is on the line this week against a Texas Tech team that is clicking on all cylinders. I took to the tape and broke down this week's matchup. Baylor football is undefeated and ranked 23rd nationally heading into their homecoming match against Texas Tech. But Coach Matt Rule and company are not finished.
It's all about this week. We didn't work all year to be 5-0 and be number 23 in the country. That's not the high point. If this is the high point, then we had a bad year.
The Bears secured their first ranking since 2016 after a 31-12 victory on the road against Kansas State.
Coming off an emotional Iowa State win, going to Manhattan, Kansas, taking on a tough, physical, rugged, veteran team. A lot of fifth-year seniors on that football team, and it wasn't always perfect, but I thought our guys weathered the storm, hung in there, and most importantly, they played as a team.
Baylor will have to again match that energy as this week's Texas Tech team comes in high on momentum.
New coaching staff coming together, have a lot of veterans on defense, and it clicked for them this past Saturday. And they beat a really good Oklahoma State team, and we'll have one heck of a challenge.
The Red Raiders' main threat is a passing attack that averages over 300 yards per game.
It's tempo, it's get the ball out of your hand, it's wear you down and take shots, run the football. So we'll really have to take another step defensively to be able to hang in with it.
With a 3 o'clock homecoming kickoff, the top 25 Bears are prepared to play in a rowdy McLean Stadium.
It should be a raucous environment because trying to play in other raucous environments, that's why there's an advantage to being at home. And so I hope that people don't just come. Or how about this? I hope whoever comes is loud and respectful yet really rowdy.
For Lariat TV News, I'm Drake Toll. Volleyball remains undefeated and #1 in the nation after a gritty sweep over Iowa State in Ames on Wednesday. Coach McGuire and setter Hannah Locken are amped about their dominating performances, and libero Tara Wolf is driven by this season's record-breaking home crowds.
There's a confidence and there's a trust that they have in one another. I think a battle of just staying engaged, and we're just going to win points. We can't control the outcome. We can control how hard we go, and tonight we played hard to the finish.
We're unstoppable when we play well, when we play for the Lord, and so we just want to continue to do that and continue to take sets.
Oh my gosh, it's so much fun, especially the contrast from last year to this year. They bring the energy, like you said, and it just hypes us up. Like when we are maybe have a run of not too many good points, they get us back in it, and it's so much fun looking up and seeing a full crowd.
At 14-0, the Bears are the lone undefeated team in the country and are back in action Saturday to face TCU. Last weekend, the 8th-ranked Baylor equestrian team claimed their 11th straight Willis Invitational title. The Bears went 2-0 on the weekend, defeating Delaware State on Friday and UC Davis on Saturday. On top of the victory, 7 Bears earned Most Outstanding Performer awards. Against Delaware State, Maddie Voorhees took the award in fences, Madison Day in flat, Clara Johnson in horsemanship, and Carly Slater in reining. While in the meet against UC Davis, Grace Thiel took flat, Katie Davis took horsemanship, Madeline Calloway took reining, and Voorhees earned the award in fences. The Bears opened conference play October 18th against Oklahoma State in Stillwater. Last weekend, the Baylor Bear women's tennis squad hosted 12 teams at the HEB Invitational. Baylor kicked off the weekend with a win as senior Angelina Shakratuk advanced to both the singles and doubles quarterfinals. She defeated Illinois' Emily Duong in 3 sets and teamed up with junior Christina Saracolit to down Kentucky's Carla Birabu and Diana Tachensko 6-2 in doubles. The Bears went on to sweep their consolation matches on Sunday with 3 Bears winning singles and the duo of Paula Barano and Anastasia Karatanova winning in doubles. Following a 4-2 victory over West Virginia last week, the Bears soccer team took on TCU in Fort Worth Thursday night and jumped out to a 1-0 lead after a goal in the 27th minute by red-hot Elizabeth Kuhlman. After the first half of play, the match went into a lightning delay for over an hour before eventually being postponed. The Bears are set to take on Oklahoma in Norman this Sunday, then return home to face Texas next Friday. The team plans to resume their second half of the match with TCU on Sunday, October 20th in Fort Worth. Over on the golf course, senior Cooper Dossie was named September's Big 12 Men's Golfer of the Month and Ben Hogan National Golfer of the Month after finishing in the top 10 in all 3 tournaments the Bears have entered. The senior most notably finished in first place individually to lead the Bears to an overall win at the Fighting Illini Invitational. Dossie and company are back in action this weekend for the Big 12 Match Play Championship in Hockley, Texas. Flipping to the women's side, the Lady Bears most recently finished 4th overall in the Schooner Fall Classic thanks to Gurleen Carr's top 3 individual performance. Their next match is also this weekend at the Betsy Rawls Invitational in Austin. And that's all I have for sports today.
Thanks for watching Lariat TV News. Watch us on YouTube, BaylorLariat.com, or the Waco City Channel.
We'll see you next week. Have a great homecoming weekend, Baylor Nation.